Classic rock, what's that format? You ever wonder how many songs they play and all that sort of stuff? Well, in this week's lesson, we're going to find out. Hey Buckaroos, welcome back to Music.com Academy. Like our other lessons and the ones that are still to come, we're going to be taking apart particular music formats, all the really major music formats that radio does. And you can really see, well, geez, if you're going to build one of these, this is kind of the ballpark that you need to be in. So let's go to the computer and we'll get that done. Here we go again. This week it's classic rock as the format that we're taking a look at, and a bit of a surprise here for me. I actually didn't expect to see this. We'll come to it, but current titles. That was a surprise. In a lot of the other lessons, you're going to see double X's here. These are the really strong radio stations. They're all really strong, actually. Classic rocks are definitely in the top 10. Now, I just want to point out that these are the strongest ones. But as you can see, they're pretty darn close together, really. Now, this one, they start to get a spread here, but you're roughly 500 songs versus 690, almost 7. So there's a 200 song spread, which is, formidable. And these are 470, 422, the average 530. But these are where they start to get different when you get over into current titles. And I just found that interesting. There's 31 titles. There was 31 plays. So obviously they played 31 different songs one time in a week. This particular station did. Now, I could see where, maybe it was Springsteen or something came out with a new song, which he did. He's got that new album, that R&B thing. They might want to fire a couple cuts off of that, or some other thing along those lines. Or maybe they're firing off something that's actually sort of an active rock song, and it's like, a lot of stations, classic rocks used to have, some may still have, I'm not 100% sure, with the imaging of you should be aware of this song because it's destined to become a classic, even though it's new right now. And 5 currents here, obviously they got played 3 times each, 8 and 8, 1 and 1 again, 16, 22, a few of these songs got repeated. So that's kind of where we are in this, and this station did no current songs at all. And nobody played recurrents, understandably, because, how would, just thinking about this out loud, how would you sell a recurrent? But you can't say it's destined to become a classic because you're doing that when it's new and you're trying to be, here's the new stuff and not totally an old radio station. How would you sell a recurrent if you wanted to play one? I mean, that's a question unto itself. Moving over to gold titles, it's pretty much the same as the unique titles, same thing. Everything else is same stuff in play. The year was sort of an eye-opener. Everything pretty much is 1980 or 81. This one's 83. And it averages down to 1981. Adding in classic rock radio stations to the overall averages of all of these formats that we've done so far, this became a little bit of a surprise. I didn't really expect classic rock to drop down in years even more than classic hits or the adult hits. But as you can see, like I mentioned a lot in the last lesson, we're coming down in years 88 to 84 to 81. This is the lowest one so far. And the amount of gold has gone up a decent amount. It's gone up 25% from classic hits. So more gold and a little bit older. And some current titles, different than classic hits, which has no current titles, no recurrents, same as classic rock. None of these have any recurrent titles. Adult hits, classic hits, or classic rock. Hope you like that. Hope you got something out of it. I think the comparisons of formats start to become pretty interesting. The more we keep adding on to, the more you can really see the differences. So if you like these, subscribe to the channel. We're over 700 PDs worldwide, 700 radio programmers watching these lessons. And if you like any one of the lessons, hit the like button and certainly hit that bell, because every time I put up a new lesson, you're going to get notified that there's a new lesson. So until there is a next lesson, see ya!